Hey guys, I'm Tom itself, and I've got an MP5 MOAB on Seatown for you today. What I want to talk about is close to mid-range combat. You're trying to control the high traffic areas, and it really seems to turn into a mess. I've watched lots of players who are much better than me absolutely tear things up and turn it into a slaughter, but I find I have to be fairly careful, and I really have to learn the map. And I don't even understand what it means to learn the map. If it's just conditioning, don't go here because you're going to die, or look over here because they're going to be running around this corner and not looking in the right direction. It's stuff like that. So I've been trying to think about this, and poorly placed Claymore for the win there. So I got my rapid fire extended bags MP5 with the specialist here. And one thing I do know is that in this mid to close range combat, when they're going to show up inside of the radar, I really like to use recon. And so here you're going to see me, I'm just looking to tag people. But if I do, they may have assassin, it doesn't matter, because I know where they're coming from, and I'll be able to turn the next corner and catch them unprepared. And of course, a lot of it does just come down to what are the spawns, what are the traffic patterns, where are the really advantageous lines of sight, especially just given any particular game type. Now, I know you've seen me work this map a lot up here, but I've gotten fairly used to it, and I can be really effective. As you've probably seen, this is where I tear things up with the AA-12, and where I really like to work around submachine guns. But as much as anything, it's just been I've had a lot of luck over there, and here. I mean, I know that looking down here, I don't have any way to cover me from over by the tower over here, and get really lucky and pick up both of them. But then he came up the ladder, and I wasn't ready for him. I mean, Sixth Sense was saying, hey, there's a guy behind you, Tom, and pull out the chemo deagles and try to I missed poorly. And so it's knowing where you're going to have places to fall back to, and it's where they're going to be coming from, because I know there's a spawn point in that tower. If there wasn't a spawn point in that tower, it'd be a lot easier to stay at the top of the ladder. Ooh, double headshot. The thing is, you just get so distracted dealing with one guy that you don't see the other one. Okay, if I go back and watch the recording, I can see him out of the corner of my eye. I usually look in the direction I'm turning. It's one of those habits I just can't break myself from. You can't watch everything, and one of those infantile things, just because you can't see them doesn't mean they can see you. So a lot of it also comes down to knowing where to stick your head out just long enough to try and check a traffic route and maybe pick up an easy kill. Because in the end, a lot of it just comes down to seeing the other guy first, knowing where he is, knowing where he's going, and catching him unprepared. I don't know how this guy wins this gunfight. Oh my god. Oh well. If you know where he is, where he's going, maybe you can cut him off. But if you try to chase, that normally puts you through some rather dangerous area and not paying attention to the rest of your surroundings. God damn it. There are some rough spots in this game, but that's how it goes. But there are some things you can do to, kind of help yourself out. If you've got reliable teammates, you can rely on them to shoot people if they see them, or at least make a call out or some kind of distraction. Now, not always. Sometimes your teammate has a riot shield and he's out of ammo, and he just kind of stands there and lets you get shot in the back, and there was nothing he could do, and you just have to laugh it off. Ha ha, very funny. But I've been trying to make some generalizations about what I'd found had worked for me, so that maybe I could apply it to some other situations. And on Seatown here, I think I'm starting to recognize a pattern, and that is that the order that I find that checking the routes they're coming from, if I don't have a teammate watching them, is normally how long it would take them to get from someplace off of their spawn. So the first one is over to the left side of Charlie, back in the corner there, because it's very fast for them to run off of Charlie and towards this room. The next one is this route, right down the middle, because if they spawn back by the little fountain, they'll do that. The last one is right up the middle. And that, you say, maybe that's faster, but people are usually much more cautious as they walk down that long hallway, and so it takes them a little bit longer to get down there. So, some other little things here. If you've ever seen me look out of these windows, I try not to situate myself directly in front of the window. If I want to look out the side of the window, I go to the far side and I get up all the way against the wall. Just minimize your exposure. Snipers do this, you'll try to pick an advantageous line of sight. There's a really good example. That's probably why there's stuff around this window, so you can't look at some really sharp angle. You'll see me just rotate between the three lines of sight I have here, and it's left, right, center, and that seems to work, but the only explanation I really have is that's how long it takes them to get to me from where they spawn in. Yeah, if I was paying a lot of attention, maybe I could make some use of the kill feed to get an idea of when they might be back, but I got lots to pay attention to with the radar, the minimap, and everything else that's going on. Now, something happens here that I would like you to take note of, and that's how I'm a team player. It's not just that I don't try to butt in on his line of sight, it's that I give him enough room that he can get to cover without bumping into me. You want that window? It's all yours. You can have it. I'm not going to fight you for it. But, you know, I get distracted, and somehow he gets a claymore down, and I am really confused what happened there. I think he killed himself with his own claymore. One more thing about learning the maps is that you start to learn where you're going to really stand out, where the nice dark areas, the nice shadows that you can hide in, where you're going to be really obvious. For example, that corner of that room, oh my gosh, I mean, I did a double take, but if there'd been someone there, it wouldn't have mattered. He would have managed to kill me. Up on this balcony, back towards the back corner of the map, it's actually sunlit, so if you step out and take cover from the bathtub, yeah, you got some cover, not quite as good as you might think, but more importantly, you got the sun on you, you stand out like a sore thumb. Now, trying to pick up a kill through the wall and not risk getting shot by a guy in final stand, stupid death. Yes, see, if I hadn't had him on the radar, that guy probably would have managed to kill me. This guy probably... And as you remember from my Russian comment, when I'm going to step around the corner, right when the green arrow is going to start shooting him in the back. That's how I do that one. I don't know if I've seen anyone else really try to team up on people like that, but that's how I like to do it, is you wait until you're going to have multiple people shooting at the same guy, and even if one of you goes down, well, he's going to die. That's an old Black Ops commentary for you. It's a good tip, though. I'm not even sure if this idea makes sense or if it really works, but trying to check the different traffic routes just based on how long it would take to get to from wherever they'd spawned in on, in that order, if that makes sense or if it's even going to work reliably, but that's my thought for now. Anyway, had a bunch of them clit, had a bunch more join, and then they all timed out. And is he going to get it? Yes, there. Calling it a MOAB for one guy. I'm going to try and chase him down and kill him before it goes off so I don't get a kill with it. The silly things we do for amusement. Anyway, a commentary kind of weird, but I'm trying to come up with new stuff, so that's kind of how it goes. Probably going to be posting some Guild Wars 2 beta stuff over the weekend. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you found the commentary enjoyable, and I will see you later.